right, so here's the deal. I'm so excited. I am with Craig Olejnik, yes?
Let's hear it again?
Olejnik?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, why? How do you say it?
I mean, you've given it more grace than I do. I'm a little more rough with it. I say Olejnik.
Olejnik. Okay, very good. Anyway, we know him and love him as Toby Logan on The Listener, and you have tons of fans in this neck of the woods. CNBC, we celebrate the Atlantic provinces, and you are from Halifax, Nova Scotia, so that makes you super cool.
Exactly. Grace Maternity Hospital.
Tell me where you are right now, Craig.
I'm in Toronto, lying on my couch in the sun, finally.
What are you wearing?
Oh my God. Thank God I've got clothes on. Jeans and a shirt. I've been running around all morning, and I just came back. And
What'd you do? You were like doing errands or like having fun? Because you guys just wrapped, right? You've got some spare time.
Free time, yeah, I'm free. It's a funny thing, to be honest with you, working so intensely for so long. It's like all of a sudden school lets out, and you've got to figure out what you're doing with yourself. So I'm kind of taking some time off here to just get to know who I am again.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's just talk about it because we're looking forward to the next episode of season 2, but you're done. And is there just a smidge of something you can give us? Just anything, any inkling as to what's coming?
Ultimately, what's happening is there's a price to pay for everything. He's using all these incredibly subtle energies to do what he does, and to side note things a little bit here, one of the things I do love about this show is that people always ask me, what's the difference between you and your character? And I've never really understood that until right now. He's really controlled, and he's reserved, I don't want to say reserved, but he's cool, he's calm, he's fearless, he's, like someone said to me, he's like James Bond, you know.
He totally is. Well, I love it, and I think what really drives it home is the juxtaposition, if you will, of your partner. Like, he just has these quick, really funny moments, and you just kind of give him the look like, buddy. Like, it's just such an unbelievable rhythm.
Dennis and I, and Toby and Oz, they definitely are a funny man, straight man kind of duo, and Ennis Esmer, who plays Oz, he really kills it. He's at the top of his game. He's phenomenal. To get back to the character thing, Toby Logan, he's James Bond without a gun.
Yeah.
He's cool, calm, collected, fearless, but he's got no gun. That's kind of I guess maybe some people are connecting with that. The sense of, beyond knowing a little bit more than everyone else, he just kind of runs around fearless and helps out and just figures these things out. It's more about him, in my opinion. He's doing it for himself to figure himself out.
I kept thinking, and I went back and looked at a few episodes from season 1 just to sort of refresh, and underlying and despite everything he's been through, he's actually a really nice guy. And I mean, even in the season finale, it was Gordon Pinsent that grabbed the gun.
The bad newfie, bad newfie,
Well, I want to talk about it because, Gordon Pinsent, he's from the beautiful province of Newfoundland and Labrador, and how cool was that to act...
Lovely human being, lovely man. Everyone fell in love with him. He just gives love. And, I bump into him once in a while. I bumped into him about a week or two ago here at the ACTRA Awards here in Toronto. And, man, just like the look in his eyes, and he gives you a hug, and, he's just giving you love. And
yeah.
And it's special about that because he's a legend, and he's earned it. And he's earned it because he's so fantastic at it and so generous. And it was, honestly, incredible to work with him. He's not in season 2. I wish he was. But the story in the show is going in a new direction.
Because there's such a great balance between the drama and, with the punches of comedy. There's got to be a good off-camera sort of energy that goes on the set. Is that true?
For sure. When we're off the set, absolutely. When we're on the set, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work, and I wish we could have more fun than we do, but unfortunately, there's this, you got producers breathing down your neck, watching, tens of thousands of dollars every few minutes, or every hour, every day.
And long days too, am I right? Like, you guys are really jamming it. When I remember I saw when you started shooting and then when you wrapped, that's an awful lot to get in that period of time.
It's an incredible commitment, and that's the one thing I always say to actors who think they want to do this and be in this, and you don't really know what's behind that door until you get to that place where you're able to open the door, and it's a lot different than you think. But ultimately, if you can get through the hard work, it's rewarding. There's some, weeks there, weeks and weeks and weeks where you're picked up and then you're dropped off 14 hours later every day.
Yeah.
Every day. You have no social life. You can't. It's quite impossible. Living this character's life and world, you become him. You dress like him every day. You look like him every day. And quite honestly, we just wrapped Saturday morning, at 1 a.m. It's nice to be free of the character. Like I said, he's so reserved and calm and cool, and not so zany. And Craig Olejnik is more loose and free, and
lying on your sofa in the middle of the afternoon in your jeans.
I do have a T-shirt on. I forgot to mention.
Oh, right, the T-shirt. I'm forgetting that part in my visual. But Craig, a couple of things, because I sort of put it out there that I was going to be talking to you, and as I mentioned, you've got like a ton of fans, so I got a lot of emails, and I'm just going to go through a few questions. I did. I said I've got a telephone interview with Craig Olejnik, or Olejnik, and people sent a ton. So I've got I'm just gonna do 3, and so don't be mad at me, everybody. But one of your biggest fans is Jan J from Cape Breton, and she asked if you were like Toby and could choose anyone's thoughts to listen to, who would that person be?
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Oh.
What is he?
I do. He's like a brilliant person. I don't know what his actual title is. He's one smart fella.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to get in there and to be able to write books the way he does in his condition and see the world and the universe and the way that he does. There's got to be something special going on in there. So.
Okay, Lewis R. from Stephenville, Newfoundland and Labrador wants to know if a movie studio came to you and said, we want you to star in our next superhero blockbuster action movie, what superhero would you want to be?
That's tough.
He put a lot of thought into the question. I read it verbatim.
No, here's the reality is that everything's been done already.
Okay. Who would you be then?
Batman. Batman would be the coolest.
Is that true? Did you have the Batman stuff when you were little?
No, the Ninja Turtle stuff, man. I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. I wanted to be a Ninja Turtle in the first live-action Ninja Turtle movie. I remember sitting, on the steps of. I grew up in government housing. I was a base brat. And, I remember sitting with my friends. It was probably 1987, 6, sitting on the front porch, summertime, reading the comics, and I saw an ad that said, "Coming this summer, live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie." Here's how naive I was, growing up in the valley in Nova Scotia. It's such a beautiful bubble I grew up in, but I was like, oh my God, guys, I am going to write them, and I'm going to tell them that I will be a Ninja Turtle, and I will do it for free, and they will do it for me. I will be able to do it. I had no idea.
Even then, though, you knew you were going to be in movies, so there's that.
Yeah, I'll take that, man. I love what Bale's done to it. I wouldn't be able to do anything like he can do, but, I think it's just one of the cooler ones out there.
So there you go. Lewis R. Batman is the answer. And this one comes from Norway, Craig, where you have a huge following. Anita Olsen sent a question, and she asks, do you have any musical talents? And if so, what can you play? And are we going to see you perform on any upcoming episodes?
Well, every once in a while I try to, do my best hum.
Is that it?
To keep them in the edits, because I probably am humming, tunes that they have to pay rights for.
Give us something.
Hum right now? Stupid stuff like that just kills time.
So no musical performances season 2?
Oh, wait a minute. No, I lied to you. I think in one of the upcoming episodes, you will see how badly I play the guitar. Actually, that is a scene, and it's pretty hilarious, I think.
Oh, wow. There you go. Anita Olsen. So he plays, just not well.
Horribly.
Okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is Norway in Atlantic?
No, but we're the World Wide Web, right? So we can't stop people, and we want people to come here. So we're thrilled that, first of all, that Anita Olsen, has found our brand new website, and that
she watched my show. That's cool.
And she watches your show. So, this is serendipitous, this moment, you and I meeting. But did you know that in September it was 15 years ago since you played Jimmy McNeil in Margaret's Museum? Does it seem like only yesterday?
Actually, I got to be honest with you. I think it's about 16 years ago. 16, 17, it was 94.
Well, I went back in IMDb, and you would know because, my God, you were Jimmy McNeil in Margaret's Museum.
Just don't you forget about Marilyn.
Marilyn who?
Marilyn Campbell, that's who. Who else's mother would pay money to teach her kid to dance?
I never said I would.
Yeah, well, I said it for you.
Why doesn't her mother teach her?
Because she don't need to know how to dance with her mother. She needs to know how to dance with boys. You're not going to take her mother to the dance, is she?
It premiered at TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, in September of 1995. So you may have rapped on it in 94, but it actually premiered in 95. But nonetheless, what would you say to that fella that walked on the set for the first time now, knowing what you know now? What would you have told that guy?
Look at that question.
That's kind of Oprah-esque, eh?
I want to give you a little bit of props on that question.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Before I answer that, I will say that that thing changed my life. That movie changed my life, and I watched it maybe about 2 years ago, and it's embarrassing. My voice is cracking. I had no idea what I was doing. So
You were wee.
yeah, I would tell that young Mr. O. Honestly, the things that no one ever told me, it's about doing the work as an actor. You can't just hope and pray and wish. You got to do the work. Someone does more work than someone else and gets the job. What else should I tell that kid? I don't know. That kid did okay. Do you know what I mean? That kid is me now. So
Yeah.
I like what I am. I'm passionate about life for
Yeah.
sure, and everything that I do. Like why half-ass anything?
Yeah. Good for you. All right. Now, listen, we mentioned it before. We celebrate the 4 Atlantic provinces. And so, a lot of people, we ask them when they're back in the homeland, where's their favorite place to grab a cup of coffee? Do you have a favorite place when you're home?
Actually, I love to go into Wolfville. What's the name of the place? Used to be a movie theater.
Oh, yeah. No, I know it because we were just there with Jason Priestley. Just us coffee roasters.
I love what he's doing.
Do you like that show? Yeah, Call Me Fitz. That's very funny.
Come on, it's so cool. I mean, someone's doing a show where I grew up. Like, that's so cool. I remember I went to the movie theater a few times over the holidays. I roll up and I'm like, holy crap, there's the Fitzpatrick ship.
It's a small world. Okay, now how about a pint? Have you been known to consume the odd adult beverage in your lifetime, or?
Yeah, I like going to the shoe shop in Halifax.
Yeah, I love the Economy Shoe Shop. Are you a shopper, though?
I'm not a big shopper, but I can give some props to the Greenwood Mall.
Did you hang out there as a youngster?
Oh, man, the best birthday you'd ever have is renting out the arcade for an hour or two,
Awesome. Okay, and now, last question in the main part of our interview. What makes Nova Scotia a special place for you?
That my family lives there, that my sister, my niece, my mother, my father, just the people are so genuine, so real, and it's grounding and humbling.
Do you get home often?
Last year I did it about 2 or 3 times. I go home and I go recharge and sleep. There's no pressure, and you don't do anything, and it's perfect.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, next time you're back, can I take you for a beer at the shoe shop?
Sure.
Right on. Craig, thank you.
Right on. Is that it? No more questions? Where's the 10 questions?
I know. Well, now we're going to get to the 10 questions.